Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here with NFL picks for the 2020 season. I've been doing this the last few years on my channel, just sort of a fun side hobby that I do. I'm a huge NFL fan. Take a wild guess as to what team I'm a fan of. This year is going to be a lot different than most years that we've ever had in the NFL. There's going to be barely any fans, if any at all, in the stands. There's been no preseason, so there might be some sloppy games early in the year. And there's different names, different places, different, just everything. This is such a wild, crazy year, and NFL is no different. But I'm going to do my best to just casually talk about each game, what I think is going to happen, and give my picks. I'll also give a lock of the week, the game that I feel most confident in. And I'm going to be keeping track of my record as we go throughout the year. I'm putting this on Saturday. I'm recording this on Saturday. And some of you may be thinking, well, you missed the Thursday night game. Well, I make these picks beforehand, at least the Thursday night pick. I always pick before, because I don't cheat. There's no reason for me to cheat. I'm not winning or losing money here. I'm just making picks. But I did pick the Chiefs to win this last Thursday over the Texans. The Chiefs are just a much more talented team. They're coming off the Super Bowl win. It's at home. I figured they'd have no problem, and they didn't. The game was not even as close as the score would indicate, and the Chiefs took care of business. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's get into the games that have not happened yet. First up, we have Jets at Bills. This should be a pretty interesting game with no home field advantage. Keep that in mind throughout most of these. I mean, there's still home field advantage because there's a team flying in versus a team that doesn't have to fly anywhere and they just stay home. I do think the Bills are a better team in this matchup. I'm not a huge Josh Allen fan, but he is kind of fun to watch. Sam Darnold, kind of the same boat. I'm definitely not a fan of either one of these teams. In fact, the AFC East is one of my least favorite divisions. I just think it's so boring, but mainly that's because of the Patriots. But their dynasty is coming near to an end, so maybe a little bit different this year. Maybe one of these teams will rise to the challenge and take the throne. I like the Bills in this game. They have the more talented team, and it could be close, but I do think the Bills will ultimately win. Packers at Vikings. The Packers swept us last year, and it wasn't really even close. The Vikings played terribly in both games, and it was really a letdown for me and Vikings fans in general. But I do think that the Vikings have a very solid roster, and I think the Packers didn't add enough in the draft and free agency. Devontae Adams is still Rodgers' only real true receiving threat. Not to mention Rodgers getting up in years. They drafted his replacement. So one of the two things can happen. Either he can play with the fire under his butt that they got his replacement, and he's going to play lights out. That could definitely happen. He's still capable of greatness, but as the years go on, the chances of that go less and less. I just like the Vikings at home. I'm not really being biased. This game could go either way, but I'm going to pick the Vikings. I think it'd be a really close game, and I'm excited to watch it tomorrow morning. Here on the West Coast, we get the games in the morning at 10 a.m. Eagles at Washington. It is no longer the Washington Redskins. That name is gone. That was one of the off-season developments. It is now, currently, the Washington football team until they pick an official name. So we have Eagles at Washington. I'm going to go with the Eagles here. I like Carson Wentz over Dwayne Haskins. If Dwayne Haskins is even the starter in this game, I'm not even sure. I don't really follow the Redskins. But provided the Eagles don't have everyone on IR like they always do, everyone's always injured, they should be able to win this game. They're the more talented and better coached team. So I'm going to go Eagles there. Browns at Ravens. This was the game I considered with my lock of the week because I'm pretty confident that the Ravens are going to win this game. I think the Browns have a lot of defensive backs on the injury report, if I last saw correctly. That and the Ravens, coming off of that humiliating loss to the Titans in the playoffs, I think they're going to come out swinging. It's at home. Obviously, like I said, the home field advantage isn't really a thing this year, outside of the fact you don't have to travel and it's your own familiar stadium. So there's still an advantage to it. But I think the Browns, I was reading a stat, the Browns haven't won an opening game since 2004. That is nuts. Imagine going 16 years with your team losing the first game of the year every year. I do not think that changes this year, though. I think the Ravens are too talented, and they will beat the Browns. That being said, the Browns did, first of all, destroy them and won the Ravens one game last year, and then they nearly won another game. So they played them tough last year. So this could be a close game, but I'm going to go Ravens. And now we get to the game I am going to lock in this week. That is the Colts and Jaguars. I am locking the Colts as my lock of the week to win this week. They're so supremely talented over the Jaguars. The Jaguars got rid of Ngakoue. They got rid of their running back. They just kind of jettisoned. They're in a total rebuild mode right now. Gardner Minshew's their quarterback. I just think that this Colts team is too talented. I like Phillip Rivers to have one last great year this year behind a great offensive line with some good receivers and just a good overall team. I expect them to come out and play very well against what might just be the worst team in the NFL in the Jaguars. So yeah, I'm taking the Colts there with my lock of the week, of course. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Carolina Panthers. This game could go either way. I'm a huge Teddy Bridgewater fan. I was really sad when, first of all, he got injured. And then sad when we had to let him go because obviously that was, you never know if he's going to be the same again. So you got to say your goodbyes then. But I'm rooting for Teddy Bridgewater this year. He finally got his chance to start again since being with the Vikings. And he showed some good stuff in New Orleans. So my heart is telling me to pick the Panthers here, and I think I will do that. I think the Raiders have more talent on their team. But, Carolina, home field, they don't like the Raiders have to fly across the country. So, yeah, give me the Panthers. I think the Raiders will probably win, but I'm picking the Panthers, if that makes sense. Bears at Lions. Bears still rocking Mitch Trubisky as their starting quarterback. They had a battle in camp with Nick Foles that went nowhere. They ended up staying with Mitch Trubisky. I think they should have drafted a quarterback or something because Mitch is not the answer. Meanwhile, you have Matthew Stafford with the Lions, who I think is a very underrated quarterback. He's very, very good. They have Adrian Peterson on the Lions now, which is nuts. He's back in the NFC North. I don't know. This game could go either way. The Bears' defense is still probably the best unit in this game, but their offense is so lackluster, and the Lions have a good offense. I think offense wins the day in this one. Yeah, give me the Lions. Not too confident about that one, but all the same. Next, we have Seahawks at Falcons. Russell Wilson versus Matt Ryan. This should be a good old slugfest. I think this could either be a really high-scoring game or kind of a defensive game. And what I mean by that is Dan Quinn has the weird tendency with the Falcons to either have a great defensive game or a terrible one. And usually their great defensive performances are toward the end of the year. And I think after all this time, they're finally going to have one at the beginning of the year. And Russell Wilson, his offensive line is still garbage. That has not changed. It's been the case for a while. And I think it's just going to be a really sloppy game. I think a lot of these week one games are going to be kind of sloppy games because we didn't get preseason, so they didn't get to get the jitters out and the cohesion with the plays against other people. So I think this could end up being one of those really messy games. As to who I think is going to win, give me Russell Wilson trying to come back over Matt Ryan. I just think Russell Wilson is so good at what he does. I'll take Russell Wilson and the Seahawks to win this game. Dolphins and Patriots. The Tom Brady era in New England is over. It is now Cam Newton behind the wheel. They added him in the offseason. They had a short battle in camp with the other quarterbacks, but ultimately everyone knew he was going to win the second they signed him. So Cam Newton is the starter of the Patriots, which is wild, going from Tom Brady to Cam Newton. It's nuts. And they're welcoming a Dolphins team led by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who, respect the beard, man. Ryan Fitzpatrick is just such a fun quarterback. And the Dolphins have a lot of talent on their team, to be honest. Meanwhile, the Patriots, they lost a lot of people. A lot of people declined to play this year due to the opt-out agreement they signed with COVID. They can opt out of to play this year. They lost to Dante Hightower and a few other players, I think. I don't know the exact names. I don't follow I don't follow the AFC East too much. But, I think the Dolphins are going to win this game. I like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I like the kind of go for broke mentality that they have. And yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this game. A lot of games still ahead of us. Wow. We still got 6 more. Okay, Chargers and Bengals. I'm going to keep this short, simple, and sweet. I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is such an exciting prospect to watch play football. And not that I dislike the Chargers, because I think they're a very talented team. I just don't think Tyrod Taylor is a guy who can just light the field on fire with either tremendous running or passing. I think he's a bridge quarterback. I really wish the Chargers would start their rookie they got. What's his name? The name escapes me, but he looked pretty good in the few episodes of Hard Knocks that I've seen, and I watched some tapes of him in college. He seems to be a very good player, but they're not doing that. I think the Bengals can ride this momentum of having Joe Burrow on the field. I'm really excited to watch him play, and I think he's going to be a great player. Give me the Bengals at home. Cardinals and Niners. This game is really interesting because you think on one hand the Niners, some people would say the Niners are just destroying this game. But if you paid attention last year, you'll know that the Cardinals actually played the Niners very tough. Both matchups went down to the wire. At least one of them went down to the wire, and the other one was kind of like a contested game. I like Kyler Murray a lot. I like him more than I do Jimmy Garoppolo. So I give the edge to the Cardinals in terms of the quarterback. They also got DeAndre Hopkins now. So this game could be very, very close. I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals in the upset here. I still think the Niners are going to go farther this season in terms of the playoffs and potentially Super Bowl and stuff. But early on, I think the Cardinals will capitalize and take advantage. So yeah. Buccaneers and Saints. The Bucs are one of the most fascinating teams in a long time in the NFL. We're getting Tom Brady, first of all, with Bruce Arians, Gronk coming out of retirement. You just sign all these free agency players and go hard in the draft, and you have this stacked team that you won't be able to keep together forever because it's very much a go-for-broke team this year, going to New Orleans, where it's Drew Brees' last season. There's no doubt about it. This is his last season in the NFL. Because he's been saying for years now, oh, this is my last one. This is my last one. And then now this is pretty much it. He's I think he's 42 now. He's getting up there, and his arm is not getting any better. Give me the hot hand with the Bucs here. I just think they have too much energy and positive momentum. Now that could dismantle a team too. They could crash and burn, of course. But just give me the roll of the dice here with the Buccaneers. They're a very well coached team with Arians, and yeah, I think they'll get the win here. But yeah, I don't know. It's at New Orleans, so that could go either way. Cowboys and Rams. This should be a very interesting game. We have Mike McCarthy now coaching the Cowboys. I have a theory that I've told my friends that Mike McCarthy, after all this time away from football, he's going to have a great first year with the Cowboys. Everyone's going to think, man, Mike McCarthy, great choice. He really did change the way he coaches. And then the shine's going to fall off, and he's going to revert right back to what he was all those years with the Green Bay Packers. What I mean by that is I'm a Vikings fan, so I've seen Mike McCarthy coach, and he does not strike fear into playing him. He doesn't take risks. He doesn't do the right challenges. He doesn't, there's certain things about Mike McCarthy that never really struck fear into us playing him over the years that he was at the Green Bay. And I think this first year in the Cowboys, he'll do a lot of new things that he's told himself he would do over the offseason, and he might apply them here. Versus a Rams team that had a bad year last year, but I really do think that they are going to bounce back a little bit this year. There's 7 playoff spots, and I think the Rams are definitely going to vie for one of them. I don't really like Jared Goff a whole lot, but I do like Sean McVay, and I do think that this team could go far. So give me the Rams. I think this could be the shootout of the week, though. I think both defenses might get pushed aside with just 2 offenses going at it. So it should be a lot of fun. That's a good Sunday Night Football game. They had picked a good one there. 2 more games. We have Steelers at Giants, Monday Night Football. We have a doubleheader, Monday Night Football this year. The first week, so usually a doubleheader, I believe, or some other week. Steelers and Giants. I'm not a fan of Ben Roethlisberger, and I am a big fan of Daniel Jones with the Giants. And I don't know. I don't really have any faith in the Steelers. I know that they still have good players and stuff, but I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger coming off of his elbow surgery that he had versus the young guns of the Giants. Give me the Giants at home. Monday Night Football. That'd be a fun win for the Giants. Hope you guys go get that one. So I'm picking Giants there. Last game of the week, we have Titans and Broncos. The Titans were one of the most fascinating teams last year. Derrick Henry running wild, having a great time in the playoffs. They destroyed the Patriots. Now, I don't think that was the Patriots in their prime form, but they went to Foxborough all the same and destroyed the Patriots. And I think that they'll be able to go right into Denver here and take care of business. I honestly don't even know who the quarterback is for the Broncos right now. I do not follow AFC teams in general that much. But I just don't think the Broncos are going to be anything too special. I know they lost Von Miller to a season-ending injury, which sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. It's always bad to lose good players. But, yeah, I'm going to go with the Titans here. So, yeah, that was my Week 1 NFL picks. By all means, of course, leave your own picks down below. Did I get any wrong? I mean, obviously, we don't know if I got any wrong until they play the games. But did you disagree with any of them, I should say? And, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, just hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be doing these every week. I'll try to upload them always before Sunday. If I don't upload it before Sunday, then what's the point of uploading it? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, it's been Mighty Gazelle. Hoping you all have a mighty day. See you guys.